Rob? Robert?
What?
Can you give me the pussy, please, boss?
April War Vlog 2017. Ah! Yeah! War Vlog begins the night before. The boys are just doing some last-minute fixes to their FDLs.
Yeah, Benson and I have been running FTLs lately, which are awesome, but we're discovering, I'll just show you some spaghetti. We've been discovering that although they are monsters, they also require monster maintenance in some aspects, like Scotch yoke, I believe he called it. It's a system of pusher. There's my pusher there. So this basically grub screws onto the flat of the motor there on the shaft. So you've got to align those up. That goes on there. There's a grub screw that comes in from the side. This guy comes onto here, which then you've got a little screw in here and a little part in there to hold it, and the action of this turning actuates your pusher. We're having problems. Both of us experienced the two exact same problems, which was interesting. Our full auto system, so something to do with our pusher, was mucking up. Mine, when I got to the yoke part, just came off like that, so my grub screw wasn't pushed all the way in. His is, so I'm wondering why he's still having the same issue as me.
You just had to tighten a grub screw to stop that from moving.
Yeah, it was basically coming off the motor shaft or moving, which was causing, basically when you went full auto, you got really inconsistent firing.
I assume that could also happen to the flywheels?
Yep, the flywheels came right off. Oh, well, one of them did. And funnily enough, it was looking down on the blast like this, the left flywheel for both of us. Obviously coincidence, but still. The cool part is it's so modular that once you've really taken the sides off, the whole thing just is in pieces. And there's only 5 main pieces, so you kind of feel cool like you're working on a car. I mean, you made that analogy before. It feels like you're kind of working on a car. I really dig it. I do wish, I know it's impossible, but I do wish this was all injection molded. But otherwise, it's dope. I like it. I don't mind the maintenance, but it's definitely required.
Here's my messy car.
I'm not taking photos of your car.
Embarrassed by this messy car.
War Vlog.
God damn it, not another one.
What?
Did you do one last week?
April War Vlog 2017. Ah! What?
It's a scream.
Ah!
We going to HVZ or we going to war? Show me your war face.
Here it is again, the space bomb, the trans-dimensional dildo.
We paid good government money for that.
I'm a doctor. You want to get strange?
We salute you, our shiny silver gnome god.
This statue was built to commemorate the Great Gnome War.
And it's silver to remind us that Keemstar came second.
Why did they build a giant chrome gnome? Why? So we're on our way to nowhere, where no one will be, once again for the last time, pretty much. It seems like it's going to be the last time that we go nowhere, but it should be fun, because the last 2 times were pretty good. So,
Here he is.
yeah.
Hey, Josh, what's going on? Give me some of that. I figured it would happen. So cute.
Dumb question, do you have anything for the Strife?
Not yet. The Strife, it's got the little button on it and stuff.
I'd probably buy it.
I would buy it. Like right now.
You're holding one right now, let me see it. I could do one.
I'm jammed.
Lol.
There's wheel out in that corner. There's something wrong with my blaster.
Lol.
Oh my.
What is it? $100, $200,
No,
whatever
they're like
shell?
$75
Well, how much was
US.
this one? Was that?
85.
But then I'm gonna make a wooden grip.
That's cool. Is that lasered or is that routed?
Routed.
Well, the length of pull is fucking ridiculous on a stock one anyway, so this actually just fixes it.
No, it's
Like the length of pull is like that,
It's made for very small Singaporean people.
But no, that's the funny thing. One of the guys who's looked at the original set, he said like the original stock was pathetic in his loadout video. So it's like,
It's not great. One of the missed opportunities, I think, for this shell is they've upgraded the grip and they've changed a range of things to kind of tune it back into being good from the source material, the Zeus. But I think they just kind of rushed it to market, and there are a few really obvious things like jam door not being there. And obviously, to spend the money to invest in creating the tooling to make these and the stock requirement of having thousands of shells made, you're going to need a global market. And so making something that's got ergos for a very small percentage of the market of people that you might know that you can test with, for someone my size, is disappointing.
You know, like imagine if they took all of the money that they spent bringing 5 people to Singapore and giving them all this cash and shit to Mod a Blaster. Instead of doing that, if they had run a survey and just got the opinions of 1,000 people in the community to say, hey, this is the Zeus, what do you want in the Zeus 2? You know,
Yeah,
invested that to fix it. You know, they would have come up with so many different things.
Like if the approach is consumer engagement was done but seemed ineffective, my approach would be do more internal development.
but-
like if you prototype that shell to a point where you can put internals in it, surely it'd be like, oh, how do I know how many rounds I've got left?
What I mean is more the fact that whoever designed that shell didn't think the jam door was necessary. Otherwise, they would have put one on. They didn't think
Or
that the
they
stock
didn't know
was
what a
too
jam
small.
door was.
Oh, I think they do.
Well, except that there's videos where Chris is kind of talking about the fact that there's a team and my engineer this and my engineer that, and I kind of go, well, there might be someone who knows how to efficiently model this stuff to then produce it in the factory that they have access to, who isn't a nerf person.
Yeah, but the original design was done by Explorer.
Yeah.
And Explorer, at least I would hope, knows Nerf because they've done so many long shot and all that part. So, you know, you'd think they'd be aware
He also
of it.
doesn't use the stock. He primes it like that.
Well,
against his
but the
body
point
weight.
is that whoever designed it did it how they thought was good and not what
The community needed.
everyone thought was good.
wait, so does that actually have a spring in it?
No,
It has no internals. There's not a single screw in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's held together by the furniture and the M-bus sights on top.
So,
So it's the lowest powered blaster we've got today.
Well, I don't know. There might be
Potentially,
some stock stuff.
unless someone breaks something.
so it's all for looks. You know what? If you run around on the field with it and I film you, I'll put in a muzzle flash if you say bang.
For sure. But it's got to be like Rodriguez style. The great thing is there's no mag catch, so quick reload. You hold the mag and you let it go and it just falls out.
Hey, this is what I don't understand now. This is great. It's huge. For my hands, and I'm assuming for your hands, it's great. But for the person who's small enough to use this stock, it's monstrous.
But in some ways, it's kind of really just doing what Nerf does, which is giving an 8-year-old kid the feeling that they're holding dad's gun. So they've got like the length of trigger pull relative to the grip, say on a Recon or Retaliator, which is kind of my first point of reference for anything Nerf, because when I started doing Nerf stuff, the grip is like the best grip in my opinion in any Nerf gun ever. Nerf blaster. Flame Me is the Retaliator grip. Just it fits really well in the hand. But the length of trigger pull from the grip position is obviously designed for someone with smaller index fingers, giving someone the opportunity to experience potency or make believe in this kind of play space. And to me, like this is kind of, except for the fact that it seems as inconsistently consistent with the rest of the development of the product. But yeah, I actually think the grips are slightly too big.
It's like how they engineered the shit out of the Centurion just to give it a really long prime. Not for anything, not practical reasons, but because it's cool.
Yeah, we all get a little bit bent out of shape with things that, from the perspective of Hasbro and their engineers and their intention, to us seem completely ridiculous. But of course, we're like, we make them a lot of money, but we're not their focus. Like they're not designing for
Oh
us.
no, that no. Well,
I think everyone should be aware of that.
Yeah.
I think some people miss that point.
Why did Hasbro do it? It's like they designed it so we can't mod it. What? Like the text on the side?
Well, we're chump change. Like what? There's 10,000, maybe 20,000 Nerfers internationally, like adult enthusiasts.
Yeah.
But like their main market is the millions of kids.
Totally. That's where we end up with all the blasters that we modify and experiment with is Gumtree, eBay, secondhand, garage sales, all that kind of stuff. And that's because there are so many people, as you say, just buying stuff.
The other thing too is like sometimes when something just initially comes out, we don't know what to do with it.
Look at the hellfire.
Hellfire?
Yeah, and people didn't know what to do with it, so it was declared shit. And now there are people that swear it's better than a strike.
No, I don't know.
No. Modifying a
um,
hailfire to holding something heavy and unwieldy, and I can vouch for that. It's not worth it.
No.
Comparing that
It's
to a
not.
vest with enough
It took
mags.
a while before people worked out what to do with flywheels, and then once they did,
Need people to perfect it.
yeah.
130 is the only motor you need.
I'll kill you.
Way too long.
It's literally pointless throwing darts at this range. Like, I just have enough time to duck back and cover at this point. So yeah, I'm not even gonna bother.
Robert? What? Can you give me the pussy, please, boss? You're looking pretty sick there, Tom.
Sick?
Oh, like, no, I mean like in
Unwell
cool.
or fresh? Lit?
Wicked.
Dope.
No, but not in the evil kind.
I like that you laugh at your own jokes. I laugh at my own jokes too.
That's so reassuring.
For the memes.
Whoa!
They can fly?
Whoa! It's a stick insect.
I had no idea they could fly.
Where'd he go?
He's down here.
I'm Stick. Doing the barbecue. I think in future I'm going to designate barbecue to other people. To commemorate the death of Jesus and then his coming back, we eat chocolate and that are laid by bunnies. Oh shit, it's a giant Nerf bunny.
They're explosive.
Why are you dressed as a Bugs Bunny? That's disrespectful.
No, it's
What, you think all bunnies are the same?
Queensland that sells them, but if you want one, they're like $50.
I'm going to try
Not
and
quite,
get
they're a
some
bit
Destiny
extra.
gameplay. Last bit of sunlight we got. Yeah, and that's it. I think I got a bit of footage. Got some gameplay. Some of it wasn't that good, and got Ryan's HPA loadout done, at least. Yes, the microphone is on. I replaced the battery. Thank you very much for watching. Here's your sunset outro.